Welcome to Kensho Quest. I'm Heidi.
I'm George.
In this video, we're going to show you how we world school our 2 children while traveling the world full-time. Our son Kaisho just turned 6 years old, and our daughter Harumi is 1.5. So hopefully this can also be helpful to those of you who are interested in homeschooling children of different ages. And we'll show you an example day of what it looks like world schooling in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Aloha! Welcome to Kensho Quest. We're traveling the world full-time with kids.
Please subscribe for packing tips and travel inspiration.
Give us a thumbs up!
Are you ready for morning snack? What would you like this morning?
Let me think about it. Lemon honey.
You want lemon honey? That's kind of like a side thing. Do you want something else with that? Like some yogurt? Cream cheese and cracker? You want cream cheese and cracker?
Yeah. Squeeze! Just lick it up and spoon. Yeah. That's the right recipe.
How does it taste?
Good. How do you want some more? Now cracker's delicious. Look at my puzzle I made. The same kind. They're not being able to attach, but that's okay. And look at the puzzle. It's like, why is there ice? Why is he carrying ice cream and the ice cream pieces are just floating off? Oh, and here's Earth, Jupiter.
Today is Tuesday, so you go down to Tuesday. What number?
It's not this one, it's this.
This one, Tuesday. We're on Tuesday. Tuesday.
1 to 6.
And what's the month?
Na, a, b, e, ma, da,
B.
ba, e,
November.
November 2019.
For learning to read, we're taking a very phonics-based approach. I found a program that was developed by another homeschooling parent, ABC Journey. I'm not sure if his book and online class are available yet. He's kind of still working on them, but I really like that it's an approach based on learning phonics, phonograms, learning how to pronounce syllables, and really learning how to sound out the words. Time to practice the letter names and sounds. So can you say the letter and the sounds?
U, a, O. Y. Yeah, E, I. M.
Remember, this is cursive, so which letter has...
No. I. I.
This is actually J.
J. Yeah.
Look at which way the mountains go on this one. Which letter is it?
W.
And the sound?
What?
Yes. What you doing over there, Harumi? You doing some work at your desk? We're also focusing on learning cursive handwriting first. This is primarily because the approach that we're taking is based on how people used to learn to read and write about 100 years ago. And it used to be that cursive handwriting was taught first before print. There's some advantages to cursive. One, the child's hand doesn't get as tired when writing in cursive. Secondly, it allows them to learn proper word spacing because the letters of a word are all connected and then there's a space and a new word. So it helps them space their letters and words more appropriately. And third, if they learn cursive first, it's very easy for them to learn print afterwards. I was already all on board with the idea of focusing on cursive first, since Montessori approach also does that.
Let's go!
Okay, so for G, starting from the baseline, going up, pausing, going back around, connect up, now drop down below the baseline, loop back up, go right into your E, loop around for your E. Very nicely done. Okay, can you do another G, E? Oops, when you got to the E, once you got here, you need to go back this direction. Otherwise you just made a G-O. We're gonna try that again?
Yeah, but it's a pretty good way to write, you know?
Okay, just space over and try again.
Alright, so it's
Baseline up, pause, back around, connect it, drop down below. Now E.
E.
Yep, that's an E.
We're having eggs for breakfast.
We're on our way to the Islamic Arts Museum today. I've been really excited to take the kids there because it's somewhere they can learn about shapes, patterns, and culture all in one. Let's go! We're here at the Islamic Arts Museum in Kuala Lumpur. Since it's a museum, I'm not sure if we'll be able to film inside. We'll find out.
And let's go check it out!
Can you tell me a little about the shapes, how we saw that were overlapping?
Yeah, they drew one triangle. They put a bunch of circles and it kind of overlapped them and something happened. It was like they turned into flowers with a circle around them and then they turned into stars.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Just by overlapping circles on top of a triangle, right? Is what they did?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's such a bright, beautiful day that I didn't want to miss the opportunity. So we're here at the Kale Forest Eco Park. There's a walkway that we can go on. We've been wanting to come here for a while, but it's so rainy this time of year, we haven't got the opportunity. So let's see if we can go do it while it's still nice, clear skies.
Yeah!
Hi, Haru. Hi, Boom Boom. Hi, Mama.
Hi. We're trying to fit you here. It's not quite 3 people wide right here. We did it. That wasn't nearly as high as the Sky Bridge in Langkawi.
But still, it wasn't scary to me. Yes, we made it to the place we start the trail.
That's banana trees.
It was really hot outside, so we got some ice cream. Yum.
Okay, your sister's taking her nap, so it's time for some ST math.
GG math.
GG math is what you call it. Who's Gigi?
It's penguin.
It's about 2:40, so you should work on it till at least 3:10 today. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what is GG math? Or, yeah, what is GG?
It's a learning game. Alright, here's my GG math. I just tap on this. And now I'm over here. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. Yeah, that's 5. Plus 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
You just saw Kaisho working on his ST math, which is spatial temporal math. The little penguin in it is called Gigi, and so he refers to it as Gigi math. When I was looking for a math-based program, I wanted something online because we don't want to have to carry a lot of textbooks around with us. And I was just looking for an alternative or a different way to teach math, seeing what different approaches are out there. And I came across a YouTube video that explained about teaching math visually without words. And I really loved this approach because when I was younger, I always understood and I got math, but I really struggled with reading. And since we're starting this at just a kindergarten level, our son is not reading yet. And I loved the idea that with ST math, he could figure out the math problems, he could grasp the concepts on his own without needing to read sentences or read word problems to know what he was supposed to do. So far he's been really enjoying doing his ST math online. And I wanted some sort of math curriculum just to make sure he's meeting all the milestones that would be expected if he was in a public school, because we're not sure if he might enroll in an actual school at some point in the future. I wanted him to be staying caught up with subjects like math. But we don't rely just only on online learning for that. We try to do a lot of hands-on experience-based math as well. How many scoops of the 1/3 cup do you think will it take to fill the 1 cup?
3.
Give it a try. Also, another hands-on world schooling element for math is that he's learning to convert different currencies. So learning things like that there's roughly 30 baht to $1 in Thailand, that there's roughly 4 Malaysian ringgit to $1. And so I can ask him to do very simple conversions. If we're at a store and he sees that something costs 4 or 8 ringgit, I can ask him how much would that be in US dollars, and he can tell me.
Now we're gonna do space class. We're almost done with it.
When I asked Kaisho what topics he wanted to learn about, outer space was one of the top ones he was really interested in. He's also interested in different topics that could be categorized under geology. So we decided that our first elective we would work on would be space. And I heard from another world schooling family about the online master classes, and I looked up and there is a master class about space exploration taught by an astronaut. So Kaisho and I were watching that class together. We're just about done with it now. And it's been a really great way for him to be exposed to real in-depth knowledge about what's involved in space exploration. Rather than always trying to maybe dumb down subjects to a child's level, I'm perfectly fine with letting them be exposed to something that might be a bit over their head, and that's why we take the class together. Is if he wants to ask me questions, I'm also watching it so I can try to answer his questions or try to find the answers for him afterwards. He may not be grasping every single subject in the class, but he's definitely learning a lot. And I see what he's learning mostly when he has his creative arts and crafts time. When we moved here to Kuala Lumpur, right away we stocked up on art supplies for him. So he has colored paper, he has pipe cleaners, pom-pom balls, colored pencils, and we really let his art time just be free time for him to do whatever he wants. And he's been doing things like making rocket ships, and it's really interesting to watch and see because the way he's making his rockets reflects what we learned in the space exploration masterclass. So you can see that he is absorbing and internalizing some of these subjects.
Look, I made a rocket ship. These are the fuels. I have the fuels. A bunch of fuels. Fuel fell out.
Which type of fuels are they?
There's 3 chemical fuels in here, and the others are just normal liquid fuels. And my rocket ship is right here.
Okay, are you gonna fill it up?
Yes, on the table. I filled my rocket ship with fuel. Alright, so my rocket ship is made out of paper, pipe cleaners, and spyglasses. So, and the reason why it has 2 points is because it can knock through 2 asteroids, and plus if it gets divided in the middle, then that's okay. They just land in different places. That's fine.
Show us which is the boosters and where do the astronauts sit.
Astronauts sit up here and over here. And on the boosters, this one booster, this another booster. There's 2 boosters. 3, 2, 1, blast off!
For space, we also got him a puzzle to work on. So we're kind of doing it on all different levels. A class that's more targeted towards adults, his own art projects he comes up with, a children's sticker book and puzzle combination that glows in the dark, so it's fun as well. After the space exploration class, we're planning to take a master class taught by Jane Goodall. It's about conservation, and it was so awesome that we got to actually see Jane Goodall in person here in Kuala Lumpur to kick that class off, because it helps for our son to see that she's really a real person. He's met her in real life, and then we're ready to learn what she has to offer. There were quite a few different topics that Kaisho wanted to learn about that are all within the science framework. And I didn't want to make our days so packed that it would take forever to get through the subjects and he would get bored and tired. So for any of the extra topics he wanted to learn about, what we did is we went to the bookstore and we got a selection of Usborne books. We got a science dictionary. We got an atlas book so he can learn about the places we're visiting. We got him a chemistry book. There's also a microscope book. So we got him a selection of different books so that whenever we have time when we read to him, which sometimes throughout the day or just before bedtime, George will read to Kaisho. Those are the times where he can get exposure to these other subjects that he was also interested in learning about. I keep track of what we do each day on a Google Docs spreadsheet. I probably don't need to record this much detail, but I like to just because I don't really remember at the end of the week what we did each day. We're lucky it's not raining this evening so the kids can come out to the playground for a bit. These days it usually rains in late afternoon or evening. We just had a really clear day today.
What are you putting in my pocket, Harumi? You putting a fork in my pocket? That's not how we set the table.
Forks in pockets to set the table.
Arigato, Haru. Daijoubu.
That's some sauce.
One of the great things about living in Kuala Lumpur is that there's a huge range of food.
And I also want some rice.
Yes, rice is coming, including a lot of Middle Eastern food.
Just one more water pudding, but this is actually really spicy.
Is it really spicy? Okay. And Haru is eating some shawarma and some pickles. Kaisho, what are we making today?
Pisang goreng.
And what does that mean?
Fried banana.
Fried bananas, right. Which word means fried and which word means banana?
Goreng means fried.
Very well.
And the banana is... Yeah, it's hard to remember.
Pisang.
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 And chop. Ba.
Okay. Lengthways, yeah. Trot, maybe you ought to hold it so it doesn't slip out of your hand.
Another two ready to go, Dad.
Thanks.
Ooh, they're sizzling away. I love fried bananas. How is it?
It's good.
Thanks for making dessert.
Static electricity. Static electricity, or just static, occurs naturally. Things can become charged by rubbing them. Because of friction, static often builds up on the surface of electrical insulators such as rubber or plastic. Rubbing a balloon on a clothing builds up a negative charge on the balloon.
I hope that was helpful seeing an example day of how we world school. If you're a world schooling or homeschooling family, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to see what other people do.
And we'll have follow-up episodes of our world schooling adventures.
Lightning is a spectacular natural example of static electricity being discharged. During a storm, electric charge can build up at the bottom of some clouds. The cloud loses the static charge by sending a bolt of lightning to another cloud or to the ground below. During lightning storms, tall buildings are more likely to be struck as they are closest to the discharging clouds.